Have you ever wondered about the history of the bread you eat every day? Bread, a cornerstone of our meals and a symbol of sustenance, has a story that goes back to the dawning of civilization. In the Neolithic times, nearly 12,000 years ago, our ancestors stumbled upon a simple yet life-altering recipe. Imagine this: coarsely crushed grain mixed with water. The resulting dough was probably laid on heated stones and enveloped in hot ashes. The result was a flat, hard cake, more like a cracker than the fluffy bread we know today. But it was a start, a spark that ignited the age of bread. Now let's travel to the banks of the Nile, where the ancient Egyptians made a revolutionary discovery. They found that allowing wheat doughs to ferment, forming gases, produced a light, expanded loaf. The first leavened bread was born. But the Egyptians didn't stop there. They went on to develop baking ovens, moving away from the hot stones and ashes of the Neolithic era. These ovens allowed for more control over the baking process, leading to more consistent results and sparking a bread-baking revolution. This was the dawn of bread, a period of discovery and innovation that laid the foundation for all the bread we know and love today. From the first simple flatbread cooked on a hot stone to the light, airy loaves baked in the sophisticated ovens of ancient Egypt, bread has been a constant companion to humankind. In the millennia since, bread has evolved and transformed, crossing cultures and regions, adapting to local tastes and available ingredients. It has risen from a simple sustenance food to an art form, a symbol of hospitality, a staple on our dining tables, and a metaphor for prosperity and well-being. And thus, the humble bread began its journey, evolving and transforming as it crossed different cultures and regions. The story of bread is the story of us, a testament to our ability to innovate, adapt, and create. As we break bread together, let's remember its humble origins and appreciate the journey it has taken to get to our plates. From the ashes of Neolithic times, bread took on a new form: flatbread. A transformation that was more than just a culinary innovation. It was an evolution that would shape the eating habits of civilizations to come. Flatbread, the earliest form of bread, became a culinary staple in diverse parts of the world, from the Middle East, Asia, to Africa. Its simplicity and versatility made it an essential part of every meal. The grains used to craft these breads were as varied as the regions they hailed from. Corn, barley, millet, and buckwheat, even though they lacked the gluten required for raised breads, found their place in flatbread variations. In India, millet was used to create popular types of flatbread like naan, a soft and fluffy bread usually served with a smattering of butter, and roti, a crisp, wholemeal cake that became a staple in every household. Ethiopia and Eritrea, on the other hand, used teff, wheat or sorghum to create injera, a spongy flatbread with a slightly sour taste, perfect for scooping up stews and sauces. Chapati, a wheat flatbread, found favor in East Africa, while pita bread, another wheat variant, became a common sight throughout the Mediterranean region and the Middle East. Corn, the golden grain of the Americas, was used to make small flat cakes known as tortillas, a mainstay in Latin American cuisine. And in Brazil, cassava, a root vegetable, was transformed into small, delightful cakes. Flatbread in all its forms was more than just a food. It was a testament to human ingenuity, a symbol of our ability to adapt and innovate. It was a common thread that wove together the tapestry of diverse cultures and traditions. Flatbread, in its many avatars, nourished countless generations, leaving an indelible mark on our culinary history. Flatbread, in its myriad forms, became a staple, nourishing countless generations across the globe. It reminds us that while our cultures may differ, our need for sustenance and our love for good food is a common bond that unites us all. Bread took a tangy twist with the introduction of sourdough. Sourdough, a unique variant of our favorite staple, is a product of a simple yet fascinating process. The magic begins by combining just flour and water, setting it aside for a few days. During this time, yeasts, naturally present in the air, mingle with the mixture and initiate fermentation. It is this very process that gives sourdough its distinctive tangy flavor. This process, Fundamentally different from the methods used to create other types of bread is what sets sourdough apart. While most breads rely on commercially produced yeast for leavening, sourdough uses a starter, a fermented mixture of flour and water teeming with natural yeasts and beneficial bacteria. This symbiotic relationship between yeasts and bacteria is the secret to sourdough's unique character. The starter is a living entity. It needs regular feeding of flour and water to keep the yeast and bacteria alive and active. This commitment to nurturing the starter results in a bread with a depth of flavor that is unmatched. Each loaf is a testament to the time and care invested, with the flavor profile of the sourdough reflecting the specific conditions of where it was made. Sourdough bread isn't just about the taste, it's about the texture too. The long fermentation process allows the dough to develop a robust structure, resulting in a loaf that has a crusty exterior and a soft, chewy interior. The iconic holes you see in a slice of sourdough are created by the carbon dioxide produced during fermentation, adding to the unique texture of the bread. The rise of sourdough marked an expansion in the taste profile of bread. It introduced a new flavor that was complex, intriguing, and slightly sour, a stark contrast to the sweet and soft breads that were common. This tangy twist on the traditional loaf was a game changer, influencing bakers around the world to experiment and innovate. With sourdough, the world of bread took on a new flavor, one that was complex and intriguing. Sourdough is more than just a type of bread. It's a craft, a science, and a testament to the beauty of slow, natural processes. It's a bread that tells a story of time, care, and the magic of fermentation. As time marched on, bread began to transcend borders. The latter half of the 20th century saw Western breads gaining popularity across the globe. This was a time when bread was not just a food, it was a symbol of cultural exchange, a testament to the blend of culinary traditions. Let's take a trip to Japan. Post-World War II, the bread baking industry here witnessed a rapid expansion, adopting processes developed in the United States. Over time, bread became a staple, enjoyed in various forms and flavors. Now, let's hop over to Vietnam. Here, the humble baguette, a legacy of the French colonial era, has found a permanent place in the Vietnamese cuisine. Crispy on the outside, soft on the inside, it is a key component of the famous banh mi sandwich. Bread in its various forms has also become a mainstay in many European countries. Germany, Russia, and Scandinavia, for instance, are known for their raised black bread, made chiefly from rye. Lighter rye loaves with wheat flour added are a favorite in the United States. In France, the baguette is more than just a bread, it's a way of life. Long, narrow, and crusty, these loaves are essential to the French dining table. And who can forget the Italian focaccia? This versatile bread, made as a flatbread or with yeast, is a delightful blend of simplicity and flavor. As we journey across the globe, we see the same pattern. Bread, in all its variety, has become a universal language of sorts. It's a testament to how a simple mix of flour, water, and sometimes yeast has evolved and adapted to the local tastes and preferences. But this global journey of bread doesn't end here. It continues to evolve, to transform, and to surprise us. From the wheat pita bread of the Mediterranean region to the corn tortillas of Latin America, every loaf, every slice tells a story of culture, tradition, and innovation. Bread, once a simple sustenance, had now become a symbol of global culinary exchange. Today, bread wears many hats, from simple white loaves to complex spiced buns. It's a kaleidoscope of tastes, textures, and techniques, shaped by thousands of years of history and the hands of countless bakers. Let's start with the basics. White bread, made from finely sifted wheat flour, may seem plain, but its simplicity is its strength. It's a staple in many households, perfect for sandwiches, toast, or just a smear of butter. But if you're looking for something a bit heartier, whole wheat bread made from unsifted flour that retains much of the wheat kernel packs a nutritional punch. Then we have rolls and buns, smaller versions of the humble loaf, but no less important. They're versatile, perfect for sandwiches, sliders, or as a side to your favorite soup or stew. And let's not forget about buns with a bit of a twist, like the Chelsea bun. Created in the 18th century in West London, this spiced yeast dough topped with currants, sugar, cinnamon and butter is a treat fit for royalty. Travelling to Wales, we encounter the bara brith, a delightful tea bread that combines dried fruit and spices into a loaf that's perfect for an afternoon snack. And if we venture further, to the county of Wiltshire, we discover the lardy cake. This rich sweet bread is made with rendered lard, sugar and dried fruit, creating a dense, moist loaf that's a testament to the creativity of bakers. But bread isn't just about the basics, it's about innovation, about pushing the boundaries of what this simple mix of flour and water can become. It's about incorporating new ingredients, new techniques, and new ideas. It's about creating something that is both nourishing and delicious, something that brings people together, and something that tells a story. As we've seen, bread has traveled a long path from its humble beginnings. It's a testament to our shared history, a staple that has fed millions, and a culinary canvas that continues to inspire. And as we look to the future, we can only imagine what delicious creations await in the modern bread basket.